Hello, so my name is Thermika and I am doing my pill pouch video for my sterile processing class at Herzing University. So to get started, I would like to just give you a full background. I have taken my notes and written everything I need to say to make it way more easier for me in going over this video. So like I said, this is a pill pouch wrapping video. Most importantly, in our videos, we have to show how we will wear proper and correct PPE, as in if we were in the field and doing our job correctly. So I have on my mask, I have on my scrub hat, and I have on gloves, of course, to make sure that I am good and clean and sterile to do my job. So a little basic background information. Pill pouches packs are also called sets, trays, or kits. It is contents in the packs that must be organized in a way for the proper and correct way of sterilization. Making sure that when we pack these pouches, here are some of the pouches that we have, that when we're packing these pouches, the bigger ones, and then we have the smaller ones, that it's no overcrowding or shifting of the instruments inside of the packages. Also, we always key thing to remember is that we should always follow the proper packing technique that's instructed by the manufacturer. That's always important. So I'll go ahead and get started. So for this pill pouch video, I have chosen this instrument here. It is a number 7 knife scalpel handle. It is a long, narrow handle that is used for precision and precise fine work incisions to perform delicate cuts on tissues. This knife slash scalpel or scalpel slash knife can be used in surgeries, for example, ophthalmology and micro dissection. So for this pill pouch video, you will need your instrument. You will need a Sharpie proof pen, whatever you would like to call it, the correct size pill pouch. So I have selected the 3.5 by 10 size pill pouch, the chemical indicator, and of course you will need your beauty and brains, but definitely your knowledge to know that you're doing your job correctly, to make sure that all instruments are sterile at all times. So the pouch doesn't need to be too big. For example, we have really big ones. This scalpel will look really crazy in here. Then we have the medium-sized pouch, also a little too big. And then we have the small pouch, which, as you can see, absolutely cannot fit. So I have chosen this pouch, which looks absolutely perfect. If it's too small, that means it can, if it's too small, that means it can't fit, which you have a chance of it completely just being unsterile, not clean. Of course, it can puncture the pouch. If it's too big, it can puncture the pouch, it can fall out, which all will cause contamination, in which we absolutely do not want. If it's too big, like I said, it can puncture the pouch, as well as it is very important to have the correct size pouch for the correct instrument. So when you are choosing your pouch, for this pouch, it needs to be 1/4 of an inch at the end and all 4 sides in order to be sterilized properly. So 1/4 of an inch. And that's so that we have the correct amount of space and not to puncture through the paper. So the back side is the paper side. You don't want your instrument to puncture through this, because again, it will cause air into the bag. It will puncture the bag, which will cause this instrument to be contaminated. The chemical indicator, this is very important as well. This is to make sure that it is known that the instrument has been processed through the sterilization. If it's not an indicator in the bag, how would they know that this instrument has been sterilized? They wouldn't know. The chemical indicator also needs to always be visual at all times. If it's not an indicator in there, like I said, they will not know if it has been processed and sterilized through the sterilization machine. If the tip is exposed, so if the tip is exposed, for instance, like this, if you can see, if the tip is exposed, first the instrument is contaminated and cannot be used, and the process will have to be redone. So again, if your instrument is exposed anywhere from out of this pouch, this way, that way, that way, this look crazy, this way, however, then that means your instrument has been exposed to all the air, everything outside of this pouch, which make this instrument contaminated, and the process will have to be started over all over again to be reprocessed. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So here's my instrument. This is my number 7 knife scalpel. Here's my 3.5 by 10 size sterile pouch. So this is the open side. All right. Your handle of your pill pouch, I apologize, I got all lost up in my notes. All right, so like I said before, I apologize, this is the open side. So we will not be opening this side. This side will be for whomever is getting the instrument. Okay, so this is the top part of the instrument. This is the bottom handle of the instrument. The instrument needs to go in the bag with the handle downwards and the top part of the instrument at the top. So you would drop the instrument in like this, so that when they grab this instrument, they're not grabbing what they're going to be using. They are grabbing off the end part, which will be handed off to a surgeon or taken out of the bag. You do not want to touch the top of the instrument, in which will have to be used, which will cause it to be sterilized, not sterilized, contaminated, cannot use it. So when they go to grab the instrument, where it says the open part here, they can pull the instrument out, okay? And then this is the chemical indicator. You will write the date of the sterilization and your initials, which my name is Starnika G, and I put SG, and I put today's date. So the indicator has to be stuck inside of the pouch facing the clear side, so that they can see that it has been processed and sterilized. So just like this. You want to know at all times that it has been processed. Okay, so we're going to fast forward as if it was done, it was completed. This is how you would know that it is completed. You will have a darker color chemical indicator. You see this one is light, this one is dark. All right. like I said, in the front of the pouch, visual and seen. Once the process is done and completed through the sterilization, it's going to change from a lighter blue to a darker blue, like I said. So we're using imagination here. We're just going to put, it's not going to be two indicators in there. This indicator itself will be darker blue, but I am using this for visualization. So before, after, before, after, light blue, like a darker color. Once completed, the pouch should be closed and info should be written. Your information should be written on it. So you will peel off the protective strip. If need be, you could put a piece of this. Depending on where you are at in the department you are in, some departments have a label printer which will print out the label for you that has all the correct information that you would need, depending on the department. So with my proof pen, I am going to write today's sterilization date. All right, you will write what instrument, you will write the surgeon's name, the department, my initials, the lot control number, like I said, and the instrument name. So again, at the front of the bag, you will write your initials, the surgeon's name, the department, the date of the sterilization, the lot control number, and the instrument name. Again, depending on what department you are in, you maybe possibly have a label printer that will print that out for you and you can place it on here. Oh, and of course, I forgot to tell you, you will write the assigned storage location and the identification of the sterilizer, which will be you, and how many cycles it has been through. Okay, so this will be considered completed, and this is how you will put your instrument in a pill pouch. Again, you don't want a pill pouch that's too small, a pill pouch that's too big. You don't want anything to puncture through the bag, which will cause it to be contaminated, and of course you will have to start this whole process over. So always remember that it needs to be visible, that it's no soil, no blood, no bones, no anything on this instrument when it's in this bag after sterilization, which again would mean that it is a dirty instrument and that it is contaminated. There you go. And this is how you do a pill pouch on a surgical instrument. Thank you.